our brokers found Design Ready Controls. They're our client for this building. They wanted to own their own building, so we sold them the land and we're building and constructing the building for them. So they are familiar with heating, cooling systems, and they wanted to explore this.
What we have is it's a smart rooms thermal storage system. We like to call it an under concrete floor heating system. And basically it comes in what you can see an 8-foot sheet of sheetrock. But what's embedded in the sheetrock is a Teflon coated nichrome wire. You can see where the indentations are. That's where the heating element is at. And at the ends, you notice that there's a tag, and this is where the hot to cold feed connections come out.
The unique thing here is that it's a thermal mass, so you're only paying electricity at half price or whatever the utility charges for off-peak electricity. So they're using the electricity at night to charge up this thermal mass. And that ought to be considered by long-term perspective, people who are going to own a building and care not just about the initial capital investment, but also what their utility costs are for the next 20 or 30 years. I would say I thought the process would be a little more difficult. The construction process went smoother than me and my construction team anticipated.
As you can see, we're doing a fairly large building here today. We come in all different sizes, shapes and sizes of panels, but mainly we use an 8-foot or a 7-foot panel in this particular application. We do have some smaller ones if you're doing a small residential application, if you need to get around some plumbing or things like that. After this is all wired up, checked out, hooked up, we're going to put 6 to 8 inches of sand over the top of that. We're going to compact that, they'll pour their concrete, and you'll have a floor heating system that'll last through the life of your building.
Down the road, he's going to get a lot of benefits, either when he realizes it's 30 years later and he hasn't had any maintenance costs. He didn't have to replace, 8 rooftop units, but he's going to immediately get, some financial benefits. They think of this as being the smarter long-term play. So my attitude is, this is the right solution if you have a very long-term perspective, and that's going to apply either to developers who own buildings where they can charge a gross rent, or users who want to own their own building.